everybody. It's Wednesday. It's hump day. Yay. I was having kind of a Monday today. You know, I shouldn't even do lives. I should just turn on my camera and just let you see everything behind the scenes, because I actually think it's probably funnier than I am. But let's get started. It's one project with kind of multiple layers, and you'll see what I mean. So I want to show you. Oh, Lynn, why did you do that? Okay, I already messed up. I was checking a placement and I didn't realize that it set down. So I have been looking for something that just really inspired me. I have had this metal, here I turned my heat off much sooner. And I still have a tickle in my throat. Anyway, so about two, maybe even, oh, you know what? It was 3 years ago when I started Magnolia. But anyway, I bought, it's actually a galvanized envelope. And for the life of me, I could not figure out what I was going to do with it, nor could I remember where I bought it. But during the holiday season, I had been at Hobby Lobby, and for some reason I walked all the way down to the end of an aisle, and there they were hanging, and they had two different sizes, and I'm like, oh, yes, now I know where I got them. So I was really excited. I don't know what hit this year, but about 2 weeks ago, I had this grand inspiration. But the problem was I couldn't figure out what paint color. So I finally figured out that I wanted my own paint color. And so what I did was I took the JoAnn Fabrics Top Notch and the Waverly Chalk paint. I almost said paste, paint. And so what I did was I went ahead and mixed those together until I got the color I wanted. And actually, I started out with white and just started adding pink, so I didn't go overboard. So that was great. Finally got that. So then I started looking at that. Well, okay, well, now what are you going to do? You got it painted. So I happened to take a trip to Hobby Lobby, not for this, but I don't know what I was doing. Valentine's, looking for Valentine's things, I think. And all of a sudden I thought, oh, you know what? I bet I could use 12 by 12 paper. So I picked out this one first, and I thought, oh gosh, I don't know. But I picked up two of them in case I made a mistake. And then I picked up this floral pattern. And immediately I'm like, yeah, it has to be the floral pattern. It just has to be. And I'm really, really excited about it. So what I did with this is that I set the envelope down on top of the paper, and then I just went ahead and I traced it and cut it out and was able to get just a perfect fit. I worried a little bit about how I was going to get it down in here and glue it. And then I thought, you know what, go with the glue that you love for that kind of thing. And the good news is, this is a multi-purpose spray glue. It's a spray adhesive. You can use any brand. I happen to find this at Dollar Tree. And so since I don't use it a lot, I bought a small can, and honestly, I probably had this 2 years. That's how much I use it. But you know, when you teach and you have students who are taking art, and you actually like really take the time to get to know your students and learn more about them. I had a girl that was just, she probably could have stayed in art class all day long. And she's just a wonderful artist. In fact, she went into graphic design. But anyway, she's the one that taught me about spray adhesive. And of course, I've never been a crafter, so how would I know? And so all of a sudden, I'm looking at this, and she actually showed me how to do it because we were doing some kind of class project. So all of us went outside with her to spray the adhesive. And I'm like, yeah. So of course everybody thinks that, you know, my classes, what is Lynn doing now? Well, it was a very useful project, and not only did the kids learn, but the teacher learned too. So that was fabulous. She taught me some other things too. When those come up, I'll let you know, because why didn't I ever talk to the art teachers about it? I don't know. I mean, they always did beautiful work. Their students did beautiful work, but it just happened to be that I got one of the students. Oh, Lynn. Ah, I did this again. Okay. Change of plans. So, this year Magnolia came out with these fun stickers. Never used them before. So I did my fun little butterfly. That was my practice one. And then I had this all set. Woo, maybe I can fix it. Maybe no, you can't fix it. Okay, so what I did was I set it down on my envelope where I wanted it, because I was all ready to go to show you how to do it, right? Well, between dogs barking and my cat was like I lost my train of thought. And so I put it down on here, so when I lifted it, not thinking, I didn't put it on anything, and I set it down on top of this stencil package. So guess where it adhered to. So we're just going to set that aside, and we'll figure out something else for that. It won't be quite as I expected, but we'll figure it out as we go along, right? So note to self, once you cut this off and you place it and take the backer sheet off, like, don't touch it. Don't touch it if you already put it there. So I'm going to go, what are we going to do here, Lynn? Well, okay. I do have another one on my second sheet, and then I think if it fits on the other side, I will go with the larger one. Now, we had these for Christmas, and we have them for Valentine's, and I honestly don't know the plans and whether or not some of them will come out for Easter. I know some of the Easter stencils have started to be released, and so far from what I've seen, they are stencils that we had last year that are being re-released because they were so popular. And some, oh, I can't wait to show you. But I'm sticking with this for right now. I'm focused on Valentine's. So anyway, what I'm going to do, because I messed up this side, there's a little, get those cheaters on one. There's a little backer sheet here. And actually, I want to see where I think I'm going. Okay, this one on the side is just going to be a little bit larger because I want, oh, I hope I'm covering that spot. Maybe if I go up like this. Yeah, okay, I covered it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take, if I can get my fingernail under it. Come on, Lynn. You can do this. Let's bend that end. There we go. Bend the end and it comes out. So you can see how once you take that backer sheet off, it's clear and it's got another cover on it. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to set this on here. And you know what? If I like this a lot, whoa, do I have a bump there? Oh my goodness. I'm just going to scrape off whatever that, oh, it's probably hot glue from another project that I was doing. Okay, let's see, is it flat? Yes. Okay, so I can get it down flat. There's no bumps. So nothing should happen with that. Then what I'm going to do, and I know people use different kinds of things, but I'm going to take a craft stick, and I'm going to go ahead and rub over this. I'm going to start at the top. And so I'm going to come down here. I'm going to do my leaf. And you can really see it start to adhere to what surface you have. Like I said, I have never done this before, and so today is my first time. Like I said, my little butterfly. I don't know why I put it on this, but I thought, oh, I don't know. Maybe I can use it on one of my garlands. So let's see. I forgot where I was because I'm talking too much. Let's see, am I getting this all on? And again, I just want to be really careful, make sure that I get it on. And again, now this is my second time, so let's see. I'm going to go over that just a little bit more. Yeah, there we go. That feels better. Because I feel like it was spotty, and that I had spots. Okay, now we are going to peel and reveal because, you know, that's the fun part, right? And so, okay, this is making me nervous. Can you tell? I'm really excited to do this, and I'm just, uh-oh, I can hear footsteps. So the hubby must be going out to the shop, which he's going to be happy to find. I went and turned the heat on, so he will probably be happy that it's nice and warm for him to finish his projects that he's got going. All right. So what I'm going to do is I have a little corner of this that I can peel up, and I'm going to do this really slow as we reveal. Here, I'm going to turn this around for you. I'm going to peel this up. Oops, I was on the other side, but oh, well, whatever. I'm going to peel this up, and I'm going to do it very slowly because I want to make sure that everything really adhered. Nope, it didn't. So I'm going to take this part of my rose because I got a little sidetracked when I was getting towards the bottom, and I'm just going to make sure that I really have that down. So I'm going to keep peeling. Let's see. Oh, I'm so excited about this. I did it. I love when you peel something off and it's like, yes, it worked. So there we have that. How cool is that? Super, super easy. Just learn from my mistake. Remember that you have it on there and that you're not going to lift this little plastic thing up because it had already started to stick to my surface. And so when I moved it and then set it on top of my... Luckily, the stencil is still in the package, so I did not ruin my stencil. Let me see really quick. Now that I see this on this side, I believe, if I can find what I did with it, maybe I put it in my supplies here. Oh, I did. Okay. Yay! I like things symmetrical, can you tell? But, oh, that just looks so good. I'm so excited that I got that right. Oh, yay me. So now I'm just, these backers don't like me. So I'm going to take this off. And again, if you just fold it a little bit, barely, it'll just come right off. So let's see. What do I want to do here? Well, I hope this is close to where the other one was. Okay, so I'm just going to put that on, and then I am going to go ahead and scrape again and put that on, moving from top to bottom. And yes, I am going to go over it again because I want to make sure everything adheres. And I'm paying a little bit more attention this time, so when I get to the bottom, I'm not forgetting that part. So here today in Minnesota, it is 20 degrees. It is cold. Not really. 20 degrees is not cold. Minus 50 with a wind chill, that's cold. That's cold. I've actually been outside a couple times today, and I just wore, what is that? I just wore my sweatshirt out, and then I had all my fur babies in here. with me, and I had my heater on and thought, oh, way too hot. So I turned that off, hoping that I would not get that tickle in my throat again. Let's see, I want to look in the light. So we've got that going on. And I just feel like I don't have this yet. So let me go back to painting this. I did use one of my paintbrushes. And again, I like the artist brushes. Oh, which, by the way, I found at Dollar Tree. And here I've been ordering them from Amazon when I forget to pick them up at JoAnn's. And so, yeah. And I looked closely at them. Not sure that they're the same quality, but I like them because they've got that shorter brush handle. Okay, I'm just going to go over this one more time because, you know, I have not done this, and I want to make sure that I don't mess it up again. You know what? Now that I look at this, that was a happy mess up. I am so glad that I did that wrong and that I had two of them. I like this better. I really do. Okay, so let's see. Glasses. And I'm just going to start. Actually, I think I'm going to start near the bottom. Oh, come on, Lynn. I need fingernails. And I'm going to start to pull that up very slowly. And so, did that? You know what? This piece is so light, I can't tell if I got it on there. So I just rub that a little bit more. Okay, I did. Okay, hold your breath for me, or with me, I should say. How did we do? Okay, you know, I really love our stencils and doing that peel and reveal, but I like this really a lot. But I'm going to tell you, the peel and reveal is much more intense, but we're good. So the next thing I want to show you, let me get this to the sides and put that down in my box. And I had a really hard time. I went through all of my stencils and I went through them twice because I was trying to find a stencil that had, oh, that stuck to me. I was trying to find a stencil that had love in cursive, and I just couldn't find it. So finally, I found Love is in the Air, but the A kind of goes into the L. This is metal. I am going to take my tacky towel over here. I don't know if you can see that. Let me move that over here. I have so many things on my craft table. I used to have an 8-foot craft table, and I didn't think I liked it. I'm missing it. But if I had that in here, I wouldn't be able to have my office down here. And my husband has actually been working from home since COVID. And so it's nice to have him home. And we do much better when we have our separate offices, because I'm usually in the way. Okay. Ooh. All right. I have some things on my fuzzing cloth, my tacky towel, that may make some little bumps. They're teeny, teeny, tiny, but sometimes it makes the biggest bump. And you think, oh, I have this big piece of dirt underneath it. No, it's not. Okay, so I'm going to play around here and see. Oh, you know what? I am a little bit nervous about setting this down and pulling. I should have done this first. I have a little bit of duck there, and then I'm going to put the backer sheet here. Okay, we're good on this side. Not so good on this side. All right. So I'm gonna, oh, I'm right on that crease. Okay, hang on. I may go down a little bit more. Oops, am I right at the bottom? Yeah, you know what? This one is actually a little bit larger than I really wanted that to be, but I'm going to go with it. I'm trying to center this. Okay, so because that A comes up into the love, I took teeny tiny pieces of blue painter's tape and I covered those little areas, and so I'm hoping. I'm a little worried about this ledge. I'm gonna have to be really careful there. We'll just check. So I'm really going around and I'm making sure, because I had that little ledge here, that I'm really getting my stencil down completely flat. I've got to watch that corner. That one is going to be, that's going to be my nemesis. I can feel it. I can just feel it, because it's right on that edge and I'm not quite sure what's going to happen there. But if we really mess that part up, I'm gonna have some paintbrush squeegees and a cut apart squeegee here, just in case, because I may have to work with that a little bit. Now, as I was creating, I was doing the next part of the project, and I used cool gray, and I very quickly found that cool gray is too dark for what I want. So, okay, I put it away. Hang on, I've got to grab a little chalk tray. If I can get into my closet real quick. Sorry about that. Here, I usually have everything together. So, Magnolia has this little 12-pack of paste trays. And at first I thought, oh, but I only want one. Oh no. I'm so glad I have these, because when I want to mix just a very little bit, it's here and I have it. So now I move this table so far away, I'm not going to be able to tell you what I didn't show you. Let's see. I want to use, I'm going to use stir sticks. So I don't need a lot. If I do make too much, I have some things in mind that this L over here does not like me. This is not going to, I'm going to be a nervous wreck, especially when it comes to revealing. I'm going to be, did it work? So I'm just going to take some of my Brilliant White chalk paste. I'm actually taking more than I really need. That's the Brilliant White. And then I'm going to cover that up. And I'm also going to take my Cool Gray. Now, Cool Gray, I'm not going to put quite as much in, because I want this to be, ooh, I feel like that's too much. Easier to add, more if you need to, not so easy to take away. So start slow, and I'm just gonna mix this up and see how I do. Oh, this is gonna turn out nice, and I'm just kind of goofing around and just pulling this together and making sure I'm gonna have enough. And I really hope this is going to be enough, because if it's not, it's really hard to mix colors and Get the exact same color that you had. All right, set that aside. How did I do? What do you think? Too light? I hope not. I hope not. I'm taking my chances. I need to wipe the chalk paste off my finger here. Oh, come on. Okay, so I am going to take my squeegee, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to kind of scrape down from the top here so I really make sure that I have it. And I'm going to start on this side because then I hopefully can control a little bit more. This side's going to be tricky because of that. Oh, I don't know, I'm feeling like this is really light. The other place I'm going to be really careful is when I come to the two places where I have the painter's tape, just so that I don't take it off one side and I end up pulling the tape up. Ooh, I think we might. We'll see. This one's making me nervous. I don't know why. So I'm going to do my bottom here. Take off this extra. And you notice that the hearts come down on Love is in the Air. And so I tape those as well, just so that I don't forget as I'm working through this. Okay. All right. I'm up to that edge. So I have the feeling we're going to have some issues here, but we're going to do the best that we can, and anything that we don't, we'll fix it. That's the nice thing about chalk paste, is that it's not permanent. Okay, I'm feeling like I'm just, ooh, especially right there. I'm feeling like I'm pulling this. Okay, reveal. The two places I'm worried about are right here, because that was on that little ledge, and right over here, because there was a big part of the ledge. So I'm just going to start to peel. And again, I'm going to hold my breath, because I'm a little nervous. I wasn't sure. Like I said, I wanted cursive, and I just couldn't find in any of my stencils. Okay, I'm going to go this way. I'm going to try to grab this fabric, at least move it back. Okay, here it is. Let's see what happened. Oh yeah, I did. Because what happened was I got a little bit too much, but I'm going to actually let that dry. I wish this was smaller for this particular project, but I knew I wanted to have Love on it, and I knew I wanted cursive. I'll probably go back and keep digging. So that's what the Love looks like. But again, because I was on this ledge, it gave just a little bit of an air bubble, and as I was holding it down, it just wasn't enough. So in hindsight, I think if I did this again, and it's not bad, it's not really smudgy, but it looks like I dabbed paint on it, and I think that's where my other paintbrush squeegees, like I said, or I could just paint it on, may have been better. So I'm going to set this aside and let that dry. Whoa, dry. That way I can't touch it and make a mess, right? And then what I decided I wanted to do was to make little stuffed hearts. I went back and forth, you know, do you just want to put flowers in there? And I thought, no, it's Valentine's. I don't want to just put flowers in it. It's like too much. So I decided to use that same color paint on my duck cloth. And I was doing really well. And then I got to this one, and all that glue is hot. And for some reason, I didn't come down one side and then come down the other side and put them together. I did both sides. And when I put my little dowel in there, and it stuck to all of the poly that's in there, and I burned my fingers. And so I went to pull this, and I pulled a bunch of poly out, all that had hot glue on it, and I'm here trying to pull it off. And so then when I went to redo it, I have glue all around the bottom here, and I thought, well, when we get to my final stage, that will have to be, I'll push it down farther and hide it so you can't tell. So the dowels I'm using, I started out, if any of you are into making candy, these are little dowels that you use for suckers. And I thought, I liked the size. I didn't know what I was going to use them for. Didn't know it was going to be this. And so what I did was I painted these because the paper has some green in it. I used Waverly Moss. And again, these little bottles, they come in this size bottle and this size bottle. Usually white, black, and red are the ones that I get in the bigger bottle because I use them more often. But otherwise, I get the smaller ones. So again, that was the Waverly. So I just painted those. And then what I want to do is use another stencil on this one. And I'm going to put, no, paper towel is not going to be a good idea. Where did I put, making all kinds of messes today. Did I put that under here? No, I didn't. When my Magnolia orders come, I use everything that comes. So the boxes I open them up and I use them to take them out back. In Minnesota, it's great in the summertime because you can pretty much go out anytime. Well, not in a rainstorm or really windy days, but you can go outside and clear coat. In the wintertime, however, I have to go back into the workshop where we paint furniture, and I have to cross my fingers that we don't have sawdust and all kinds of particles in the air. So I did not do that with this. I think my heat is too dry. So this pattern is called Arabesque, and it came with, of course I put this on top of what I was doing here, and it came along, these are two small pattern stencils, and I already used this one, and so I'm going to use the Arabesque, and I'm going to use it on maybe. Why can I not take stencils off today? Set that aside, paper towel aside, and I need to set that aside. So what I'm going to do, this is brand new, and yes, this is fabric, but it's painted fabric. I'm just going to set that down on my backer sheet, and I'm going to take my backer sheet and I'm going to fuzz it using my tacky towel. So I'm going to do that just a couple of times. Again, it's fabric, it's not metal. When I used that Love is in the Air stencil, that was a very well used stencil. So I didn't fuzz a lot because it didn't need a lot of fuzzing. And you can get the stickiness back by wiping with a disinfectant wipe. Don't ever use your stencil sponge on the back of your stencils. If you want to get them clean, use the disinfecting wipe. And these are essential every day. I don't know, Wal-Mart, Festival Foods, I don't even know. Let's see, I'm going to fuzz that. Okay, so my hearts are kind of big, and I didn't expect that. So when I did, what did I use on this? I used, where did I put it? I used baby pink on this one. So this is baby pink. And I used brilliant white. And I think on this one, I'm going to use glittering rose gold. And so my backer sheet is there. Then what I'm going to do is I'm going to place my stencil right over that. And then I can play a little bit. I know, come on. I know I'm going to have some pieces of the arabesque go off the edge. And I'm just going to have to be okay with that. We had this arabesque pattern that came with our Christmas ornaments, and I love it. I absolutely love it. It's fun. I think I have every pattern stencil there is because pattern stencils are so versatile. And I do like the smaller ones. Here. Actually, I'm going to do this first because I'm going to have to let this dry a bit. Okay, so I have my glitter gold. I'm just going to take a little bit there. And I'm just going to come down on my heart. Oh, I am loving antique rose. When I was playing around with this, which is why I figured out that my cool gray was a little bit too dark, I was playing around with other hearts, and I did the dog paw print, and I used the cool gray. And when I put it near my envelope, it just overpowered it. And then I did another one, and I used sugar plum. This is probably my favorite pink that there is. Favorite. Although raspberry's really cool too. And I did the fleur de lis. It's a new one. And I did that with raspberry. So between the sugar plum, the raspberry, and then the cool gray, they just popped out more than I wanted to, because this is just kind of more of a mellow type of thing. So take that off, set that aside, cover up my chalk paste. So in the end, like I said, I used baby pink, glittering rose gold. This was new a couple of months ago. And then my good old standby brilliant white. I think, oh yeah, I have 3 jars of brilliant white. I use it all the time. Hello, Tilly. Tilly is saying hello to you. My husband Kirk snuck in right before my live, so I thought, oh, I'm not gonna push live just yet because the girls are gonna go crazy over Kirk. So I'm just gonna set this down, and as soon as I'm done, I go and wash my stencils. If I were using ink, I would have my tub here, and I'd be washing them right away. I don't like to soak my stencils, and I know I wouldn't soak them too long if I was live, but I just found, for me, that they lose their stickiness a little bit more, and that's because when I go to craft shows, I take my little dish pan with me, and sometimes I just forget that the stencil's in there, and it just feels different. You know, I'm able to use them again. It's not that there's absolutely no sticky, but so I'm going to let this dry for a minute, and I'll show you how we made these. And then let's see, what was I going to show you? I don't even know what I was going to show you anymore. Oh, Lynn. So I've been letting this dry. And what I can tell on here is that when I was stirring, I had a couple of places where there was a little bit more of the cool gray. So I didn't stir it well enough. And I think, take my little toothpick here, I think I can actually fix this little piece, maybe. Oh, let's see. It's not going to be exactly the way I want it to look, but I think it's gonna turn out fine. Okay, let's see, how do we do? Okay, it's better, and I am going to be able to fix that up a little bit. You know, I think if I did this love again, I would probably use the cool gray and white and just do more of a messy look. So what happens with this, and I have, you know, everything 3s and 5s. I have 4 of these. The one I did with you was 5. But I want to play around with these. Oh, I hate to take these out. I'm just going to show you, because if you don't like nails on a chalkboard, you don't want me to take this out. So I have floral styrofoam stuck down in there. And the first thing I did, and you can even do this. Oh, small appliances. Oh, I have babies outside my door. You can even do this with your electric knife. Is I cut them at an angle, and then I put them down in here, and they were just still a little bit too tight, and I couldn't quite get them down. So I cut off more, and I pushed them down as far as I possibly could, because what I did is I went at an angle, and the top part was too wide. It needed to go down just a little bit more, and like I said, if you really forced it, fingernails on the chalkboard. So my idea, we'll see if this works. This one you can see I clear coated that. These I didn't clear coat. I didn't run back out to the shop to do that. But my idea was to, where's the one I didn't like? This one. So what I'm doing with this one here, I have a little space that doesn't have the floral in it. And so what I'm doing is I'm just, I can do this way. The good thing about the points is they go in easier. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to go down. Come on. I'm going to go through this side of this, maybe. And so what happens then is that stick that looks funny is down further. Then let's do love. I don't like the sound, can you tell? But it's better than fingernails on the chalkboard, because seriously, when you push this down, you know what? I want to go a little bit closer to this, because I'm hoping that, oh, come on, oops. I popped open there. I'm going to have to re-glue that. Oh! Okay, this one's saying, no, you're not going to push me. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to let it come a little bit higher and hide it that way. So before I go on with my other ones here, I want to go ahead. What did I do? Okay, where did my duck go? I used it for something else. Okay, well, Lynn. Batting 1,000 today. Oh, here it is. I set that down with my Love is in the Air stencil. So I just cut out a block of my duck cloth, and I'm going to set this on here. And I had a whole set of these, and I'm down to one. I think I need to search the craft room again. Otherwise, just go buy new ones because that really hurt. My finger really hurts. So I'm just going to flip this over, and I'm going to take my hot glue, and I'm going in small sections. What I have found is if you go in larger sections, use my craft stick again, and I'm gonna set my glue down. Now, the glue might seep out, but I would rather push up than down so I have more room to put my little stuffing in. All right, and now I'm going to do the other side. And just come up. And you guys are going to all make sure that I don't overstuff like I did before and then burn my fingers. Because if you've never burned your fingers, it hurts. It really hurts. And there's a, okay, I'm going to push this out. There's a joke among crafters that, you know, we can go and commit crimes because we have no fingerprints. But I'm not somebody that's going to commit a crime. I'd probably be a dumb criminal and end up on the dumb criminal show. So, not taking my chances. Well, not taking my chances. I wouldn't do it anyway. So, I don't know what I'm talking about there. So I'm going to go down this a little bit more. And if you do have a little pop out like I did here, easily fixed. More glue. Okay. And so when I'm using my little popsicle sticks or even my scissors, ruler, anything, and just kind of push it out, that's helping me. So I'm being slow and cautious. So I think I'm down about as far as I want to go. So then I'm just going to take my scissors and I'm going to cut around my heart because, oh, what is with me today? Because when you paint fabric, even duck cloth, your fabric will shrink. And the reason I know that is because Kirk and I were using duck cloth on a piece of furniture that we were fixing, and yeah, let's just say it wasn't a good scene and I had to start over. So learn from your mistakes. We all make them, and it's just part of the process. And so, you know, I can say that when it came to using duck cloth, that I knew how to do it, but I didn't know how to do it well yet, because practice makes progress. Polyfill. Okay, I'm going to take a little bit of my polyfill here. I just have a bag sitting down on the floor, and I'm going to pull this apart a little bit more. Come on. I know it's only Wednesday, but if you would like to invite a friend, invite them, and they can catch this on the replay. And if you have any questions at all about where I got something or how I did something in particular, or what stencil did I use, this one here was the bunny. The bunny trio. I love this. There's three bunnies. The largest bunny, no, the middle bunny says Happy Easter on it. But I will gladly give you links, suggestions, help, anything that you may need. So just let me know how we do, and we can go from there. I'm finding that the 3 o'clock time was way too early, and 4 o'clock is okay, but you know, I'm like Eyewitness News, you know, Minnesota, live at 5 with Eyewitness News. You know what? I don't watch Eyewitness 5. I don't even know if they do that anymore. That was gosh, back when I was a kid. I guess I'll have to go and watch Channel 5 News tonight to see if that's what they do. Let's see. Okay, and in this one, because this is so small, I'm just using my, blowout. I'm going to wait. I'm going to wait on my little blowout here. And I'm going to go ahead and get what I can in here. Go over to this edge. Now, ouch. The one thing that you can do is you can put these on a stick. You could drill a hole in a piece of wood, glue these down into that, or you can go no stick at all. Do I still have it? Yes. Here was my fleur-de-lis. This is what happened with my cool gray, and then this is just red and white. But you can also just glue these shut and use them as little pillows and throw them in a little basket, and they will be beautiful. So, I mean, just another way to use the duck cloth and your polyfill to make things just fun and switch them up a little bit. And I am not seeing my stem. Where did I put my stem? I had too many things on my desk. Oh, it's right in front of me. So again, I've got my little doll that's actually for suckers. I love candy making. Do any of you candy make? Oh, it is so fun. Baking and candy making. And I also know how to sew, but as a home ec teacher, I'm just going to tell you, I am so happy I never had to teach a sewing class, ever. Ever, 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 ever. And that was probably the best part of my job. Foods and nutrition was okay. Seniors can be a little bit wild with their recipes and not quite following directions, but you know, that's okay. That works too. And what else were my favorite classes? Oh, family life and relationships. Careers was probably my all-time favorite. And what I like about home economics, I know I'm dating myself. They changed the name. So if you went to school in the 70s, well, anytime before the mid-80s, back when, oh gosh, I'm trying to think. I can't remember my home economics history, but I believe they started in public schools. And again, it was very Becky Home-ecky. It was cooking and sewing, and that's all there was, pretty much. And, you know, you had to know how to take care of your family. But it's not like that at all. Not that you can't find sewing classes and cooking classes, you can. Okay, and so now I have this one. So I'm going to put my polyfill back. I've been going back and forth on this, and I think it's going to get just a little bit too busy, but I was thinking about some kind of bow here or up here, and the more I look at this, the more I'm starting to think that that's probably not a good idea. So I'm going to put this rose gold. Oh, can I get this down just a little bit? I don't mind these popping up. Whoa. Let's see. I want this one move over a little bit. I don't know. Oh. I'm not sure how much I like this. I've got 3 in here. I'm wondering if I really need to go to the 5. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead, try it out, see how it goes, and see how much I love it or hate it. I know I'm going to have to take these back out because I'm going to have to clear coat them. But for now, let's see if we can get this one up here. There's another one. I'm trying not to get the same colors together. This was that baby pink. I only did 1 in rose gold. What was I thinking? 2 white, 2 baby pink, and 1 rose gold. I don't know. I don't know how much I'm loving this. Okay. Now that I look at this, and this has a hanger on the back. I covered this while I was painting, but it does have a hanger on the back. I'm not sure. I like my hearts up so high, and I'm thinking I may need, yes, hello Tilly, she's getting excited. Mom's been in the basement a little bit too long. I'm thinking if I want to keep them up that far, that I'm going to need to put ribbons on them. And I wasn't even thinking, I was thinking about having a ribbon somewhere else. But I'm a less is more kind of person. Once I learned how to make bows, I love making bows. Bows are awesome. But I don't know, I'm feeling this is like over the top busy. And I'm not even sure I want to keep these in here, or if I just want to put some more flowers in. And you know what? I'm kind of looking at maybe just adding flowers to it. But I'm just going to show you this for right now. This is where I'm at with it. I have to, now that I have it done, can you tell how indecisive I have so many ideas like rolling through my head, and I can't wait. I can't wait to try them. And sometimes it's a, yes, this is like the best thing ever. And other times I kind of go, oh, what were you thinking? And this one where I'm kind of thinking, what were you thinking? So I don't know how well you can see, maybe back here in my light, how well you can see the love on here. That may even be too, I've been talking too much. That may even be too light. So this one I'm going to set aside, and I have to make a plan because I really don't know what I want to do with this. So until tomorrow, happy talking. We'll see you then, and I will post what I finally decided with this one. Everyone have a great night. I'll see you tomorrow.